problem is when you come in here, you're always getting torn apart on the other side.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, I'm glad. I didn't want to cancel because I knew you didn't have nobody to fuck with you.
Yeah.
But I was glad you canceled.
Uh-huh.
So fucking
I was just going to come and do it by myself.
Just come and talk.
That way I can be funny and nobody's going to edit it out.
Hey, I fucking don't. As you well know, whatever I say, it's going up.
Yep.
So, Cliff, be careful about what you say. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Are you a big game hunter? Taking over the broadcast is Jake Mushaney, and by his side is Ryan Avery. Viewers are calling the Shoot to Hunt podcast the next hot tamale. Mind you, this show does not permit young ears. You'll be wanting a bar of soap in your mouth by the end of the show. Enjoy the broadcast and keep those little ears covered.
Usually you start.
Don't talk all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
We're waiting for you.
We had a conversation, but our last podcast, a few people said wasn't quite as entertaining as most.
Well, I only found out later that all the funny shit I said got taken out.
We were damn funny, Jake.
We were.
The other two weren't, but we were pretty funny.
You and I.
We didn't know the other two had.
Serious.
Yeah, Cliff and Formalicious had come back and said, "Take this out, take that out," and both of them pretty much cut
like
all
they
the
were-
parts.
it's like they were embarrassed of us.
The stuff I asked to take out it had a good reason.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
And they didn't
you
have
had
any
data stuff that had to be taken out.
Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with the funny stuff.
We'll
Yes.
never know.
I
I
guess
guess
not.
not.
We
tried
left,
again.
or we weren't here, then everything went to shit. Yeah.
Pretty much, me and Jake have done enough that whatever we say, we're pretty much good with, and we let her roll.
Yep.
But the other two, they weren't. I guess they were kind of rookie.
Well, I think that our personalities have probably been established over the last 100 and something episodes.
Yes.
People kind of know what to expect. So if they don't hear anything stupid come out of Ryan's mouth, they know something got edited out.
Well, it was less than.
I actually won't argue that because I do say a lot of interesting things. Sorry, Cliff.
There was some stuff that I said that I regretted saying.
Yeah.
Not.
It was good. Well, it was, sometimes you got to take
It was business.
It was
stuff.
good.
It was business stuff.
I was thinking to myself, is there, are these kind of, are suppressors kind of like dicks where they can be too big or too small? And
I really think it
how does that
depends.
work?
It depends on the woman, depends on the rifle.
And how would you describe, like, if we were thinking dicks, this is kind of a half in and a half out. How does that work?
Grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
This is ribbed for her pleasure, for those of you that are...
Rib for ear pleasure, they say.
Uh-huh. Ear play. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's their little
Is that
catchword.
is it?
Yeah.
That's badass.
They have little stickers.
They fucking earned that.
Yeah, on the table, we've had a lot of questions, and Cliff brought the point up that we actually did not explain our use case for the OTB suppressors we have coming out, nor the actual name of the suppressor, which is probably something that's important.
Yep.
So we're going to go short, quick, to the point podcast.
A little bit of a timeline too.
Yeah, we have a timeline kind of explaining the actual use case for this suppressor.
That was the end of the fun part? I was really looking forward to the fun part.
Well, you want to talk about?
Are you fucking
you want
serious?
to talk
We're gonna
about
go right
fun?
into it?
I just got back from a cruise, and I wanted to bring something up because Jake told me this movie, and I watched it, and yeah, it's a fun.
I remember when I told you we were in the woods fucking hunting.
Yeah, and I've
Like,
never
you
heard
gotta
of
see
it,
this movie.
and it's actually coming to reality.
Yeah.
So I went down.
Idiocracy?
No,
Wall-E.
Wall-E.
Wall-E. You've
ever
seen
seen
Wall-E.
Wall-E?
You got kids.
Kids? No.
Hey, speaking of watching little kids movies when you don't have kids, Owen was back behind me last week and he starts humming The Little Mermaid. And I was thinking to myself, motherfucker, you don't have kids. Like, you at home watch a Little Mermaid?
Was he?
By yourself? He says no. I said, well, that song just don't pop in your head.
He's got
Out
a
of nowhere.
Disney playlist on his Spotify.
There's something going on.
Yeah.
Something going on with that one.
The only thing I remember about Little Mermaid is that was the one with all the dicks on the DVD.
Yeah. In the what was it,
Well-
like the dude that was marrying him or whatever had a
Yeah.
little doo-doo-doo-doo?
Yep.
Did they launch the DEI Little Mermaid?
Yeah. Well, the one of the black lady.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it did come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it's great.
Anyway,
kinda
back
like
to Wall-E.
Buzz Lightyear. So Wall-E. So I went to Florida. Went on a cruise. Median age of the cruise was great, but the median age of the cruise was, I'm not joking when I say it was probably 74, 75-year-olds. And I went on a Disney
Singles
cruise. Yeah, and I went on a Disney cruise for my first cruise. I've only been on 2 cruises in my life. And you trade. Either you have kids as the obstacles, or you have wheelchairs, walkers, and canes as your obstacles on these cruises. Is what I've came out.
Must have been a lot of bingo going on.
Dude, there was a lot of old shit going on.
Yeah.
It was popping after 9 p.m.
There was dude.
All 7 people that weren't
You went
70
out-
were at the bar.
You went out after about 8 o'clock, and you had the ship to yourself.
No.
There was not a lot of people.
That is kind of cool.
Have you seen they call it silent disco. I call it deaf disco. Have you heard of this?
No.
So everybody gets a headset like we have on, those counseling headphones,
Okay.
and they listen to the music on the dance floor, and they have 4 different stations going.
Oh, shit.
So it's a fucking catastrophe of dancing.
Uh-huh.
But all the headsets light up. Some are blue, some are red, some are green. Those are all the different stations.
Okay.
And it is pretty fucking entertaining to watch and listen to people sing, and they're
Oh, hell yeah.
all singing different songs.
Wow. And then if you took your headphones off, does it sound like,
Yeah, it's just, and you hear
just
people
see
singing
people-
out, they're singing out loud, but you got your head. That was very fucking entertaining. I've never
That
heard
sounds
of that
awesome.
before.
Enhance your shooting experience with STOCKY'S stocks. Are you tired of struggling with mediocre rifle stocks that hinder your performance? Imagine having a high-quality rifle stock that not only enhances your accuracy, but also provides superior strength and a lightweight build. STOCKY'S Stocks offers a wide range of premium rifle stocks manufactured with hand-lay-up carbon fiber construction, a patented carbon fiber AccuBlock, and multiple finish options. Whether you're a long-range shooter or a hunting enthusiast, our stocks are perfect for you. Experience unmatched precision and durability with STOCKY'S stocks. We provide stock installation instructions, technical support, and guidance to help you choose the right stock for your rifle. Upgrade your shooting game today with STOCKY'S stocks.
But what I was getting to is, Wally, at what point we get on this airplane, not going down so much out of Spokane, but coming back from Miami, I would say a quarter of the plane was either had a walker or a wheelchair. And at what point do we become, Wally? And these are people from 30 years old to 900 years old that needed help on the plane.
Yeah.
At what point as Americans do we say, fuck it, we're all disabled? Because it seems like every year we're getting closer.
Yeah.
And Wally, where they all had their little floating chairs rolling around, they couldn't actually walk after a few years.
Yeah.
How close are we?
For those of you that haven't seen Wall-E, there's like a fucking whatever happens on the Earth, and the Earth isn't, you're not able to live there anymore. All the plants and shit are gone. So everybody goes up on this big ship, and they start off and they're all in shape, and they treadmill it, and they do all the thing. Well, after I think 3,000 years or whatever it took, everybody's on their little hover-rounds that were used to be for convenience. Well, now they're so fat they can't even walk around anymore, so they ride their hover-rounds everywhere they go with their fucking Slurpees and shit, on the side of them.
It's like
and
a whole bunch of Jabba the Hutts at that point.
there is. Yeah.
But you have compassion. Some old people, people need it. There are people with disabilities. You can't fucking tell me they all have that disability.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a lot of laziness comes into play.
It's called processed food.
Comfort.
Comfort.
Yeah.
The comfort crisis. There's a book about it. Read it.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Mm.
Anyways, at what point are we have more disabled people than actual people working?
That's when the cars drive themselves. They deliver all the food to you and everything and your groceries. And
I
you
don't
don't have to
remember
do
that far
nothing.
from that, but it escalates, right?
Like, you just lay on the couch and you open your mouth and a robot feeds you.
There you go.
The easier stuff gets, the more comfortable you get. I bet you could see it in people's weight
Oh, yeah.
on average.
What are you talking about? Why are you
That's
fucking
exactly
looking
what
at
we
me?
see we see your cruise belly.
Oh,
That's all you do is fucking eat, sleep, and shit.
dude, eat, sleep, and shit. And
You don't
fuck.
even wait till you're hungry again. You're back in there eating. There's
Dude.
nothing else to do.
Dude, the buffet. And this food was not over the top great, but damn, I did eat my weight in ice cream.
Like casino food or better?
This one was about the same. Cool part, we did stop in the Dominican Republic and made cigars, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You bring some home?
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, in the next podcast room, we need to have a fucking smoke. We need to have ventilation.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to start talking to him about that right now.
We could do that.
Yeah. Do you smoke cigars?
I will.
You?
I have.
Oh, I like smoke cigars. But
That's
you,
the kind of thing you need an excuse to do it. Like if you guys were drinking fucking bourbon and having a cigar, I'd do the cigar part.
I'm a nicotine fiend, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you're inhaling. I didn't realize you weren't supposed to inhale
Don't
cigars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
had a
can.
couple in my life.
You can. It's
Yeah.
like smoking unfiltered cigarettes.
Yeah, pretty hardcore.
Oh, it'll fuck you up if you inhale too much cigar smoke. Oh, I like cigars. I smoke a couple a week. They're good.
Really?
When
Oh,
you should do
shit.
it. I brought a bunch back.
Did you
We
say
can
a
try 'em
couple
out.
a week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a habit.
Well,
You can
better-
put a number on it like that.
it's
It's a
better than
habit.
cocaine.
Is it?
Yeah, for a habit, yeah. Much
He said,
fucking-
wait, is it? I don't know.
for a habit, it's much
Have you
better.
tried it?
Yeah.
All right, now we can talk about suppressors.
I don't know. Are we done? I don't know if we gave. Last
Well,
week was pretty dry after they pulled the rug out from underneath us.
We need some more.
No, that's about it. Are you still on steroids?
Yeah, I gotta deal with my blood pressure issue.
What?
I'm gonna make me an appointment this week and go.
You and Crawford, our friend Crawford, he
Mhm.
tell me he went in and his was like 220 over 160.
That's like what mine's at right now.
The doctor's like, what the fuck?
Hey, did that just happen?
A week ago, maybe?
Okay. What did he do? You went on.
I don't know
Blood
what.
pressure
He
meds
didn't
or
tell me what
donate-
he did. He said his
donate
doctor
blood?
flipped the fuck out. Yeah, you got to donate blood.
The funny part is that the eye doctor is the one that did me the most recent. He didn't know how to take it. He's like, pretty sure you're supposed to go to the emergency room around 180. I was at like 212.
Did the doctor give you any like?
I didn't do anything,
Ideas?
so I text the other doctor we have now.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, my blood pressure. They say my blood pressure's high. I need some meds, and he gave me a prescription.
Has it like Crawford's has always been high? Is yours always been high?
I think mine started being high when I started testosterone, or at
Yeah.
least a really high dose of it.
It does that. Your blood gets real thick.
Yeah, I donate
Is-
once a month.
See, you both say that.
That's what they told me when I started taking testosterone.
That's what he said. My doctor never said that.
That's like the biggest
Are
thing.
they
that fucks
looking
you up
at your
is
fucking blood
taking.
work?
I haven't had blood work done.
Well,
in a
that's
minute.
your problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
I
get. That's
just-
why I'm making an appointment. Go get blood work done, and then have them.
And maybe it's a placebo effect, but when I do it, it feels like it's like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah, you
that's
feel
better.
better.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lighter.
Where do you go to give blood?
All-
Vitalent.
You can
and
go all
Corlane.
over. You can even go sell plasma if you want.
Yeah. You got to donate whole blood, though, if you want to
Yeah.
move the needle on it.
Well, you got the blood bank takes the
Yeah. Vitalent and Coeur d'Alene.
Huh.
You make
They
an
have the-
appointment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can just go. They're mobile. They have a mobile one all over the place. You can
Yeah.
just look at where it's at and then go in
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
once a month. Dude, you're gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Well, I didn't want to get on them damn pills because I heard bad things once you start those.
I would try fucking donating blood.
Yeah.
It
I'm
seems
gonna do it this
Well,
week.
I would
I'm gonna do it
start
this week.
with
It'll help
blood
you.
work.
I'm gonna do that this week too. I'm gonna do that this week too. Yeah.
But it
Well-
wouldn't help just to get some bloodletting going on.
Can I just like
they're gonna
stick a
they're
thing in
gonna
here and let it kind of shoot out
They're
for a
gonna-
while?
Probably could.
they're gonna prick you, and then they test your hemoglobin
Yeah.
on their little fucking contraption,
Yeah.
and the lady's gonna go.
She's
You're
just gonna
on
have a look.
testosterone.
That's funny shit.
Well, it's gonna come out like orange.
No,
Not red.
she has to squeeze your finger
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get one drop of blood
Yeah.
out.
You know what I've seen lately? They're popping up on Instagram all the time. Is where they show, they suck the blood out of you, put it through a machine, and it comes back, and
That's
it goes out
plasma.
like maroon, and then it comes back like red oxygenated.
Plasma.
There's something about there's something protein. There's some protein that sticks inside your blood that they try to filter out.
Mhm.
They talked about it after the vaccine. Some other shit. There's a name for it, like a
you
hard
getting-
protein, or I don't know.
Don't know what you're talking.
Somebody will know.
No, somebody always knows because
Yeah.
they Google it and then act smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Suppressors.
Yeah.
Cliff, what did we miss?
I guess the details of what our first can's gonna be.
I just watched Sherlock Holmes, and he was like, "Watson, I'm designing the first gun suppressor." It just happened. I just watched that yesterday. Yeah.
That's
It
what he
was-
said.
Yeah, he was in there shooting. He was in his, like, when he goes in the room and he's all fucking doped up and shit.
Huh.
This is the new Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. And he's in there. He's got this fixture on the front, and it looks like a bunch of shit all screwed together. And it's on the front of. He's all designing the first gun suppressor. Yeah. Anyways,
I didn't even know there was a new Sherlock Holmes. I'm gonna check it out.
dude, Robert Downey Jr. is two of them.
How old?
Never-
8 years.
Okay, I missed it.
Yep. There's two of them.
I don't watch many movies.
He's like a, like, who plays the Pirates of the Caribbean? Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp probably has like that character. Like Robert Downey Jr. does really good characters. Like Iron Man was a really good character. And then he does a equally good job, I think, with Sherlock Holmes.
You know, it's funny. They're always the guys that did copious amounts of drugs.
That's Hollywood.
I know, but the good actors
Yep.
are like fucking drug lords.
It's like when all of the good music stopped, right?
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
argument.
that's true. It died the day that Nirvana started, I heard.
Huh. That's the one where on the front of that has the baby with the weenie hanging.
Yeah, in the pool.
Yeah, you can't do
Yeah.
that no more.
Which part? Which part?
Only at a Diddy party.
Oh, shit.
I thought we were talking about suppressors, but somehow we got to Diddy parties and little weenies.
Good Lord. Suppressors.
Over the barrel suppressors, I keep getting emails, and even though we kind of touched on it the last time, people are still drawing a blank at what we're trying to do here.
So what this is a 8-inch long suppressor that's going to go over the barrel by 4 inches. And so it's adding 4 inches of length to your rifle after the end of the muzzle. So that's where the 4 inches is. So it's not, I guess, depending on where you think that 4 inches starts, which I learned today is people didn't know that. It starts from where the bullet exits the rifle. It's 4 inches from there forward.
Which is referred to as the muzzle.
Yes. So, and that's going to be a little different based on how far the muzzle is from where the shoulder is after the threads.
Mm-hmm.
That shoulder is really going to set it, but it's 4 inches from the muzzle forward. It fits barrels that finish out at 750 or less, and then I tapered the inside of it so that it matches kind of all of those contours that finish out at 750 or less. And another thing is if you go on and look at a barrel contour chart and it says it finishes at 700 at 26 inches, that does not mean it finishes at 700 at 20 inches.
We just measured Ace Sporter 3s today. It was more like 775 at the 20-inch mark. And then, of course, a little bit bigger coming back. But we measured that out at about 830.
The bottom of it is 800 in the bottom. It's tapered, so finishes like the back end of it here is like 850.
Yep.
And then we're saying 750 because that's what we're cleaning up on the face and the bottom of the suppressor. If I get too close to the walls down inside of the hole, we start cleaning up stuff that we don't want to clean up.
Mm.
So you could screw it over something bigger than 750, but it may shoulder weird.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little gritty feeling.
Okay, you're talking about the actual shoulder that's touching. Okay,
Yes.
I see what you're saying now.
Yes.
Yeah,
So 750 is going to shoulder nice.
correct.
You go over that, and it may or may not shoulder nice.
Yep.
Dude, that's just with how we're going to clean up the bottom of the face that actually interfaces with the shoulder on your barrel.
Yep.
Which kind of goes back to we were talking about the AB,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess the way to tighten a direct thread suppressor on.
Yeah.
And that clean face is why you get that lockup like that.
Yes.
Tighten it, loosen, tighten it, loosen, tighten it, loosen.
Yes, and I don't know why it works. Jake said he gave me a better explanation than anybody else, but that's what actually T-Back told me to do probably 10 years ago, even probably whenever T-Back started. I bought one of their first cans, and since I've done that, I've never had one come loose. And you hear on internet all over Rockslide, my direct thread always comes loose. I have never had a suppressor come loose after
Because you're tightening it that way.
every
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
And that's the shoulder lockup. So the threads, we still want to put a little bit of NECs
Mm-hmm.
on the threads. And it's not, you don't even need to coat like the entire thread all the way around, just an area,
Mm-hmm.
because that area will help everything. It gets rotated around on the threads as
Spins.
you spin it on. But if you just put it in one little area, it gives just enough to where it's not allowing it to.
I thought you were
back off,
full of
but-
shit.
I've never put any anti-seize on any of mine, but that's probably a good idea. But you did that. Tighten, loosen, tighten, loosen, tighten. What happened when we tried to take that suppressor off the other day?
We had everybody in the shop try to get it off. And then eventually I had to take the torch to it and just start heating it up. And I heated it up for probably 5 minutes. And then I was hanging off of it. And then Chandler, he actually popped it loose. But I didn't think it was coming off.
Had you had you
Just so
shot
everybody
any
knows,
rounds through
just
it?
so everybody knows, that's because I wasn't here to loosen it up.
I probably had
That
50
could be true.
50 rounds through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It works. I have not had one come loose since I've started doing it that way.
What about
Yeah.
the guys that are asking me for the big barrels?
Yes.
We're going, so kind of the timeline for how that's, let me finish up this one real quick.
Okay.
Right now, we have 4 brand new prototypes sitting here that we haven't even used the microphone on yet. We're going to do that today as soon as we're done with this. The version that we think sounds the best is 10.5 ounces, which is right in the area where we want to finish up at. It's 1.5 inches in diameter on the OD, and like I said, 8 inches long. We're going to make a version of this almost identical that fits barrels that finish out at 1 inches. So again, that hole's going to be bigger than 1 inch, probably 105 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Carbon barrels.
Should cover pretty much all of the barrels that people are hunting with. Your comp contour barrels are still not going to fit probably, but we'll have a solution for that as well eventually. But we are going to, as soon as we have this design to the point where we're happy with it, we're going to immediately start working on
And we're pretty damn close.
I sure hope so.
Unbelievably
find out
close
today.
for how fast it's been.
You did hear it, right? You guys went out and shot it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to start working on the bigger version immediately. And I don't expect that's going to take very long. I think all we're going to have to do is play with the outside diameter. And then we'll launch that right behind that one.
Mhm.
That one will be coming out first, with the larger barrel version of it coming out immediately after. It'll be a little bit heavier because it's bigger diameter, but it'll sound the same.
Yep.
And like the biggest
better.
question coming to my PMs and on Rockside is, this will suppress everything up to 300 rum. Everything will be quieter with this suppressor on it. But where it really will shine is 6.5 PRC and down. Can you kind of explain?
That's volume.
Yep.
This is not a very big suppressor. It's long, but as far as internal volume goes, it doesn't have a lot of internal volume.
It's 1.5 by 8 inches, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
But really,
That's
a lot
not
of
what
that,
you're looking at.
I mean, a lot of that is barrel clearance,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
There's not
There's a big open hole. On the one
not
end.
a lot of volume in the back. That first 4 inches doesn't have a lot of volume. And that's really what it boils down to. Your bigger cartridges where you're burning 70 plus grains, is that what you, we're going to measure.
Yeah, this is not even to say that a 300 PRC will not be under 140 decibels. We are going to be measuring that and
Yep.
posting. And it's not to say that it's not going to be hearing safe. It's just that it's going to be optimal for a certain range of powder
Yep.
because of the volume of the can. But we will post all the data accordingly. And it will make any rifle you put it on quieter.
Yep.
Just might not be to the spec that you're looking
might-
for.
I mean, bigger cartridges, it might break over hearing safe, but I mean.
And all the
if you're
decibels that you guys are quoting and all the manufacturers are quoting, you said it's with 308 Winchester. What is the ammo?
M118 LR,
Okay, so that's the standard ammo
20
for
inch
testing
barrel.
across
Yep.
the board.
20
Okay.
inch 308.
Just so when you guys are
So-
reading other manufacturers and what they're rated for.
Yeah, we're going to do the standard, and then we're going to take all of the popular cartridges and shoot it and just post data for that too, because
And then they will be 300 rum destructive tested. Not that they're intended for 300 rum, but we
Yep.
will put enough 300 rum through a can to blow it up.
That goes back to, well, then why would I buy it if there's, the AB8 stacker? Well, the thing is you're going to get the added advantage of only 4 inches in front of the muzzle and a really good sounding suppressor.
Mm.
I mean, we're not doing this for PRS shooters or even NRL shooters or comp shooters. This is a hunting based suppressor. That's who it's for.
Mm-hmm. And that 4 inches that's coming back over the barrel doesn't have the same weight effect that the 4 inches forward would have. So a 10.5 ounce can is probably going to feel, I don't even want to put a number on it, but it's going to feel lighter.
yeah. So
And there will be a real number for that. We could even try to measure it at a balance point.
we can. I took my NRL Hunter rifle and I turned the barrel down to fit one of these on it. And so I'm going to have it at the NRL Hunter coming up this weekend, and I'm going to be shooting
In
with
Oregon.
it in Oregon.
Yep.
La Grande, Oregon. NRL Hunter match.
So yeah, today's date's the 10th. So it'll be this weekend is what?
This will post tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So come see Cliff.
Yes. Yep. I'm going to have it. So I'm going to do my zero stuff, and then we'll have it in the Unknown Munitions booth. I'll put it on a tripod. People can stop by and check it out.
Yep.
And we can shoot it too. Whatever you guys want to do. Might need to bring some extra rounds.
Yep. 70 grains or less is about.
That's what our guess
in the
is.
wheelhouse,
Like
yeah.
we'll know.
It's almost too early to say it.
Yeah,
Because if it's
exactly.
139 decibels with a 300 PRC, it doesn't mean it's not intended for.
It's kind of based off of his
True.
experience and
Yeah.
how much volume.
Is there an average decibels that, let's say, from a 6.5 to a 300 PRC that you hear of an increase?
I never really looked
I
at
doubt it's even linear.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on inside
It's
of it.
can dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I said like it might be a little too early here to even say that it's not intended for that. We'll find out soon enough.
I mean,
No.
even if it does crack over hearing safe, it's still it's light years better than nothing on your.
Then my 20 is 3 in a row with a break going off
God,
right next to my ear.
Yes.
Right.
And we're all excited about where we're at, with technically not even have the printer up and running with just the generations we have now.
Yeah.
We shot them today. First time I heard it was today with the new baffle stack that we came up with. And it's like, holy shit, we are close.
A little bit of pee-pee.
Dribbled out.
Dribble.
Excitement.
You guys keep saying that, and I'm the one shooting it always, so I don't even get to hear the.
Oh, dude, when you went from 5 to 6, as soon as 6 went off, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just lovely sound.
I'm really curious if the microphone agrees with that.
I hope so.
I can guarantee you it's quite.
It almost doesn't even matter if the microphone agrees, because what you hear from the shooter's position or from behind the shooter, I mean, is.
There is no doubt that Cerakoted version is the quietest one we have, in my opinion.
We're about to find out.
We're going to find it, but it just sounds, you know what it sounds like? It sounds a lot like an AB, which I love the sound of an AB. And that's a big argument on Rockside is, does the sound matter to the animal? Well, I can't say. Forum goes into it better than I can. He's seen a lot more research and he's been around a lot more of that testing. All I can say is every animal I have shot at with an AB, almost except for one group of elk, have all ran towards me.
Yeah.
So, and that's not like saying that they won't run towards you with other suppressors, but there's something about that hollow sound where the depth of where it came from, an animal pinpointing where it came from is very hard for them to figure out. And that is an opinion from me. It's not a fact, but there is something it sounds that way to me. Why wouldn't it sound that way to an animal?
Hi, I'm Brent Jarbo, CEO of ADG. For the past decade, we've been dedicated to crafting the highest quality, 100% American-made rifle brass to meet all your hunting and long-range shooting needs. This year, we're excited to introduce our new 6.8 Western and 270 WSM cases. With over 250 years of combined industry experience, we're committed to excellence. Look for our distinct orange boxes wherever you buy your reloading supplies. Whenever you need quality rifle cartridge cases, choose ADG Premium Rifle Brass, where precision meets performance.
So the printer, we got the whole team from Trump on board next week, right? And then hopefully we'll be printing our own shit by the end of next week, which is, it's still next week as you guys listen to this tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we are on schedule for our retail target of June. If everything goes according to plan, there will be somewhat of a pre-sale beforehand. We just heard that the average lead time on a stamp was what, according to ATF?
22 days, 23 days?
23 days, and we hear of shit as early as 5 minutes. So when we say that we're going to do a pre-sale, it's going to be, a certain amount of cans, and you will know what number you are, and we will know exactly how many cans we can print versus a timeline, and we are in control from start to finish of that process.
Yeah. I would say start watching for updates in the next few weeks.
Yeah, if you haven't signed up for the email distribution list that's on the unknownsuppressors.com homepage right now, you'll be the first to know, whether it's that and also through Instagram. Make sure you're following along because we don't think that the pre-sale will be up for very long.
No.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
We'll see.
Another question added in here is, this will not be the only suppressor that comes from Unknown Suppressors.
Yeah, so just do like a brief roadmap, this one and then the 1-incher and then what's next on your page.
We have a bunch that we've talked about. And I eventually want to have something that kind of covers everything from pistols to shotguns to gas guns, everything, right? The timeline is kind of the biggest question that's up in the air right now. and that comes down to how much time we have to work on prototypes. But we want to make there's obviously this version, and then the larger diameter version, larger barrel diameter version, and then I think we're gonna make a competition can. There's a lot of details we need to work out there, but with the people that we work with, we're going to be able to make an awesome competition can. And then hopefully by Night Force, we have some 338 prototypes.
Necessity.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I'll be there shooting in June.
Yep.
And we're not going to make our prototype look like a battleship. So you can come up and talk to us about them.
Like an alien battleship. I don't even know what to say that thing was. And I still have never seen one in the market. Have you?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
The suppressor we saw at the Night Force ELR, there was this one that looked like a square.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like a battleship.
Dude, it was
with
a
like
battleship.
some hubs on it. And we asked him, what is that? He's like, oh, it's top secret. But it's so damn top secret, we still haven't seen one on the market yet.
Yeah.
Oh, ours is not going to be top secret. No. Everybody's.
And it didn't.
Yeah.
The T-back 338 sounded the best by far.
Oh, yeah. We said that the whole time sitting there ROing.
Sounded just normal. It didn't sound like. And it was gigantic, man.
Yep.
It was like an aircraft carrier.
It was.
Still like to see what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So, anyways, that's like when they have a new.
Outside of it could have just been a distraction, anyways.
It's like when a new car model is going to come out and they're driving around, test wise, and they cover it with like the cloth and shit. It was something similar, like, oh, we're not going to print it that way. We're going to print it like a hip, so nobody knows what we're doing.
No,
we're
going to tell everybody what it is.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Where to check it out, but I think so. All of these kind of ideas that we have, we're going to be working on, so that as soon as we have the development done, we can basically roll the product out right away. So by the time that we're taking a 338 can to Night Force, we will have had several 338 cans that we've played with.
And we will have filled a lot of orders for Wisper Pickles.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's called, this one right here is going to be called USOG, aka the Wisper Pickle.
Yes, they're all going to have nicknames. People say that we need to be on our P's and Q's when it comes to the real name of the suppressor, so that it's not just limited for civilian use. So it'll have some simple USOG or USPRS or US338, very cool naming system. And then we'll have our own internal nicknames that pair up with some stickers. And the only way to get a sticker is to buy the can. So, yeah.
Yeah. And wrapping this all up, last week we talked a little bit about Diligent Defense suppressors being cracky. And I just want to say Diligent Defense makes a fantastic suppressor. We were talking about that particular size of TI cans all have a little like cracky sound to them. Brandon and company over there make fantastic suppressors, and we wouldn't try to take that away from them at all.
Or any other company as we're moving forward. But at some point, you have to reference something somebody knows in order to, be a newcomer to a kind of a saturated market.
I mean, but you could have replaced that name with any other name that makes the same size can.
Yes. Like they take the Scythe, you can literally name 20 of that size. They have that tinny, cracky sound, but the customer service, the people over at Diligent Defense are great.
It's a volume thing.
Yeah.
That's, really what it boils down to.
Yep. Absolutely.
We should be able to measure the internal volume of this.
I could tell you what it is.
Yeah, exactly. We should start working with that and using that as a reference for powder.
Oh, I don't think let them figure out the volume themselves, the customer.
Fill it up with water.
Yeah, they can fill it like a fucking brass case.
Oh, somebody else was asking you about baffle design, and we had some interesting responses for that too.
Yeah, like I got like an unhealthy number of people say, well, cut it in half and show us. And it's like, fucking why?
Yeah.
Cut it, buy one and cut it yourself.
We could cut some of the spectacular past prototypes we have.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have one right now. We could show you. You could use it if you want.
The point is somebody at some point is going to cut it apart and post picture. Yeah. So it is what it is. But we've went through 9 different iterations of baffle designs to this point. So, yeah.
And the other elephant in the room is Pew Science. And I love Pew Science. I actually subscribe to Pew Sciences, but it's like Jay takes money on both ends. And to me, that's why do you charge the person that wants the can tested and why do you charge the end user?
Mm-hmm.
Pick one.
Oh, he charges you. Oh, okay, because he charges you to access the data, and then he charges you also to test your can.
Yep.
Huh. That's like getting taxed on the money you made and the money you spent.
Yeah, it's like a
The
government.
only, I mean, where I get uncomfortable is he's got his own rating system.
Yeah.
That's
Proprietary that he doesn't tell
yeah,
anybody,
yes.
which
I get. It just makes me a little uncomfortable.
the most uncomfortable part to me is I can go and listen to his reviews or go watch his reviews, and then I hear a can and it doesn't sound that way to me. So he'll say, this is the one that's quietest at your ear, and then I'll hear one and I'll hear that one, and I'll be like, well, to me, that one sounds quieter.
We
So
talked a lot
which
about
is it?
that, trying to let people hear the sound. That's so difficult to do without being there.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
talked about like
yeah.
8D sound and different shit like
Yeah.
that. There's really no way to immerse. It's like you need to go to the IMAX theater
Yeah.
in order to hear it properly with the fucking speakers all the way around you with 8-dimensional
Just
sounds.
buy $1,000 pair of headphones.
There you
It
go.
reminds me of the radio station used to have people call in and fart.
Yeah.
You really don't get the full effect.
Dude, that's
Oh,
awesome.
fart.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So-
There's not enough bass.
There's not enough bass. Or they had another one that call in and the women would drop their titties on a beer can to see
Oh,
how hard it
shit.
would crush it. The sound. Well, you don't get the full
Hey,
effect.
you are so old.
There's a specific body type that you could do that with.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and what kind of can? Are we talking about?
Yeah.
A fucking good aluminum fucking Kaiser can or a cheap ass fucking over the seas aluminum can? They're gonna sound different. Anyways, it's we're not saying no to Pew Science yet, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's not like an obvious. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like irritating a little bit.
I feel like we will do it, but
I think you're right.
yeah,
And
we do have
this-
some reservations.
this suppressor is different than anyone he has tested before.
I think just like the rock stock, the suppressor will prove itself. The rock stock looks funny. Everybody said it looked funny, and then until you start shooting them, and then we can't keep them in stock. That's because once you shoot one, you realize that it shoots better. Once you start having enough reviews about this can that says it just sounds better, it just this or it just this, I don't know that you need to have so many normal type of reviews out there other than peer reviews. I think your peers are your best review that you have
It
on the
is.
market. And when you get enough peer reviews that all point in the same direction, you start to give it some validity.
So all I have to know is somebody tells me it's 4 inches in front of the muzzle and it measures in the 130 decibels.
And we're talking about a real
I'm in.
4 inches, not a Ryan 4 inches. It's a real, true.
Well, is it flaccid 4 inches? But that's all I need to know. 4 inches in front of the muzzle and it meters in the 130s. I'm in for a hunter. I'm in.
Definitely.
We're already there.
Yeah. Well, we're today. We'll find out.
If you guys would have heard number 6, you would be like, where can I put my money? Where can I sign up? It was that good. It really was.
Oh, when he shot it, I was like, ooh, because that sounds a lot like this. And this is my favorite suppressor.
Yeah.
I'm holding up an AB8 stack if people are listening.
It sounds like that with the reflex or without it.
It's a mixture. The reflex is a little more hollow. I mean, you're talking a lot more volume with the 8 and the
Mhm.
reflex. But for a 10-ounce can,
Yeah, and that's
We're
1
there.
3/4, right?
it's 1.65, I think.
Yeah, that definitely does not look like 1.5. Well, you compare those. And that's also important too, as you guys are comparing can to can. Volume is extremely important, and so ours is not just 8 inches by 1.5. You're missing, like you said, all that internal area there to go over the barrel. It would be the equivalent of maybe a 6-inch can, right? If you took all that area out, something like that. But as you guys are comparing,
Need that
suppressor to
volume.
suppressor, it's important to pay attention to volume. If you have a gigantic 12-inch 338 can all out in front with 27 baffles in it, they're not going to sound the same as what this can sounds like.
Yeah, and
If you have more gas, you need a bigger suppressor. I
Mm.
mean, that's really what it boils
there's
down
no
to.
free
Yeah.
lunch.
No.
That reflex will only eat up so much, but I will say what that reflex gives you is that, like I said, it's been made fun of
I
and
should
talked
say
about
you need a
wrong.
bigger can if you want it to be hearing safe still.
Yep.
But I've got a 300 PRC that I'm putting one on.
Well, you also need to test it. It may be hearing safe.
That's what I'm saying. We probably
Yeah.
jumped the gun a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do
No,
have.
I'm saying even if you put it on a 300 PRC and it's not hearing safe, I'm still putting it on my 300 PRC and hunting with it
yeah, for sure.
I'm
for the
well,
hunts that I take.
I ain't
that from.
fucking hunting with a 300 PRC, so I don't need to worry about it.
There will be 2 50% off certs at the NRL Hunter Match in Oregon.
Yep.
In case you guys are shooting that, keep an eye out for those.
And the There's going to be a few NRL hunters that have 50% off certs.
Yeah, we think we're gonna distribute those.
Yes.
Here for a while.
Yep. I need to talk to some people.
But if you want to be one of the first ones on the list to get a Wisper Pickle, aka US OG, build a rifle with unknown munitions, we're taking those orders now. You also have the opportunity for obviously custom paint on it, as well as a custom serial number if it's part of a build.
And June's a for sure number still, right?
June is a good target right now.
It feels like we're definitely going to be able to do that.
With the rock stock, I'm always a little gun shy for dates. But
I mean,
June.
and a lot can go wrong between now and then.
I think with where we are with number 6, it's a good feeling.
And clearly, if anything does go wrong, it's all Cliff's fault.
Definitely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to argue that.
Or if this fucking guy, if the technician shows up next week and is like, man, this machine is just broke. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
that would suck.
That's what we get the tech here and get us printing.
Yes. I was going to say, by the end of next week, we can say June for sure because we're printing our own shit
about it.
Yeah.
June at the latest. For sure.
We are interested in, if you guys have any feedback about color options, a very few color options initially, you guys reach out, podcast@shoottohunt.com. We're thinking FDE and
black. So right now we're thinking uncoated black and FDE as standard options. So uncoated, it's not going to be this color. It will be bead blasted. So it'll be shiny, fresh titanium. And then a custom color option. So probably up to and including
in the future, though. Initially, we're just going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think custom colors are probably fine.
Yes. One-off colors. Yeah. If it's a single color.
A single color.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can always have your suppressor paint matched, but that's going to take more than just you ordering it on the website. You'll have to call in, and that's going to take some more information.
Yeah, we could put a custom and then put in your fucking actual air cure code
or
from the Cerakote site.
You could if maybe we'll just do custom color and then you could pick a color, or one of the options be call.
Yeah.
And then
can I get a titty pink one?
You bet.
Just asking.
I think we already have that color.
You do need one. What is the teal? It's like a teal color on the Hand of God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You'll need a teal one to match that guy.
I never thought about that.
Oh yeah,
there is a wide variety.
I don't think we have a ton of C series right now, but
we'll bring in whatever we need to.
It's quick to get. So
yes.
I think the color options are going to be just about every C series there is.
Yeah, I mean you're probably gonna pay a little bit more, and then just because your suppressor will take intimate.
It's another setup on the gun.
Yes. Yep.
June
on the sprayer.
We're still hitting $9.99 price point.
Yep.
And
we're going to do that. So even the larger version of this will still be the same price point.
Yep.
You can go right now to unknownsuppressors.com, sign up for the email to be the first to know.
Yes.
Because I do think there'll be a backlog. So get there now.
For the people that are thinking about waiting for the larger version, even though this one's going to work on your rifle, this one's going to be lighter.
Yes.
It will be lighter than the larger version.
It'll be a 1/4 inch more diameter for the larger, correct?
Maybe. We don't know. We're going to make it as small in diameter as we can and to get to the same level of suppression.
We're
going to only make it as bigger as we need to. That's not the right way to say that. Yeah. We're going to try to make it's going to be as small as possible to get to the same point.
Sounded fine.
Yeah, I was surprised about the 10.5 ounces, to tell you the truth. I thought it would be closer to 12.
Yeah.
With some serious changes that happened in the...
What if we're at 10.5 ounces and we go do our destructive testing and we hit like 250 rounds of 300 rum? Are we going to go in and remove some material?
I don't think that's going to happen, but if that happens, yeah, we can...
We could make it lighter, technically. A couple thou all the way through.
Or just we could walk away knowing that nobody's going to blow it up.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, there's always concerns about a suppressor blowing up on you. There's not really a standard for destructive testing, but we will definitely have. We will definitely know what ours can take.
And we're gonna be transparent about it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think dropping 1/2 ounce really helps.
Yeah.
It's gonna take. I would tell you, it'll take a lot of work for me to drop a 1/2 ounce.
I believe you.
We'll just be comfortable knowing how many rounds of rum it could take then.
And the great thing about Formalicious is he will blow one up. There's no question about that.
1 round of 300 rum every 5 seconds until explosion.
Oof.
Well, I mean, I think what's going to happen is it's going to get hot enough that something starts drooping and it's going to get a baffle strike.
Could be.
That's my guess.
It's going to go limp noodle.
Yeah. Or it'll, heat up and expand weird.
I think he said he's always pushing 1,000 rounds or so in the first generation.
He's at a couple thousand.
Oh, that's right.
Mm,
After
yeah.
the shooting school.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I know he probably took that one off and hasn't put it back on since he got the Rev 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Well, you never know. It could be on somebody else's is shooting it. You really never.
I would just make sure as soon as you shoot this one that you hide it.
Yeah, he's going
Tonight
to
when
try
you
to
guys
put
are
it in his
testing.
pocket. Try
Yeah.
to take off
Taking
with
it.
it.
I can't. I need it.
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't listen to things like that.
Yeah. One.
Well, I'm making
that's
making
true.
more. We're going to be making more of that exact one.
But it's, you don't. But now you don't have it now.
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Well.
All right, we're babbling, so
Yep.
we need to close her down and go do some testing.
Time.
Again, if
We'll
you
have
can-
more news to report next week then.
Oh, I'm excited to see how that one meters out.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
next week there'll be lots of news.
Mm-hmm.
unknownsuppressors.com, and if you need to get a hold of me or Jake, it's podcast@shoottohunt.com. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.